Hello and welcome everybody to another Final Fantasy draft video. I'm Paul Cheon and today we are still in the 4 digits, but my hope is at the end of this we end up in the triple digits. We've actually been struggling a bit. We have yet to trophy in the last 3 draft videos, so hopefully we can turn things around. We've had some good drafts, we've had some medium drafts. Let's make a great draft out of this video. Now, before we head into this draft, just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you want to buy some booster boxes of sealed product, let's say you want some collector booster boxes of Final Fantasy, open one of those golden chocobos, or you wanted some singles for your standard Modern, Pioneer, or Commander decks, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, make sure you go to HeavyPlay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmat, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. They're basically also at every Magic the Gathering convention, so if you ever see their booth, swing by, tell them Paul sent you for 10% off in person as well. Bomb, 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 bomb. Let's open a bomb. We didn't open a bomb. Justin Edgar. Fine card if you do end up in blue-white artifacts. Even in blue-white artifacts, it seemingly has just like an okay win rate. I guess probably it's just because it costs 6 mana. So that's not what I want to consider. Uncommons, Tonberry, Realm Sketching are both fine. But I think the best card in this pack by a decent margin is Sephiroth's Intervention. You know how much I love the Sahagin, but I don't like taking the Sahagin unless I'm already committed to either blue-black or blue-red, whereas Sephiroth's Intervention is an absolutely amazing card in any black deck, and also just a highly splashable removal spell as well. This is a really good pack. Thunder Magic, Fat Chocobo, Colosseum Behemoth, Dark Knight's Greatsword. Lot of good options here. Magitech Infantry is also fine. Dreams of Laguna, Marlborough, like, we're going to table something out of this pack. Now, Rare was taken, so it's unclear what we should be doing here. Dark Knight's Greatsword is a really solid card to follow up the Sephiroth's Intervention, although I do think Thunder Magic is the best card in this pack. So I think it's between the two of those. I think I'm just going to take the Thunder Magic and just kind of see where this goes. I've noticed that other people have been having a decent amount of success just drafting like Rakdos control decks or Grixis control decks, so maybe that can be us. Moving on to pack 1, pick 3, there is Chocobo Kick, Prompto Argentum, and Call the Mountain Chocobo as options. And I'm just going to take Prompto Argentum to follow the Thunder Magic, just a solid 2-mana play here. We can end up in some kind of maybe Rakdos spells deck, we'll see. But I think the Kick and the Call the Mountain Chocobo are both fine, but seeing a couple of decent red cards here, and a third pick Prompto hopefully is some indication that this is where we need to be. Moving on to pack 1, pick 4. Very weak pick relatively overall. The only decent options I think for me out of this pack are Combat Tutorial and Chocobo Kick. And given that I have the Prompto and the Thunder Magic, I do think Combat Tutorial is better than Chocobo Kick here. So let's go ahead and take that. And we'll see where this goes. No green cards here. A bunch of white cards. Not that they're super strong in Paladin's Arms and Slash of Light. Like if I wanted to shift gears and draft some kind of white deck, I could. But I don't think this is enough for me to speculate on a pivot here. I just should note that there's a bunch of white cards in this pack. Diabolic Intent, I don't really love either. I'm just going to take Crossroads Village, especially if we do end up in a world where we're like a blue-red deck splashing black. Taking a Crossroads Village here can be pretty nice. All right, interesting pack. Suplex the pick for us. Red clearly open here. Certainly some mix of black and white cards also. You see Gaelicat and Judge Magister Gabranth. Noting that I'm not seeing a bunch of mono black cards, so black doesn't seem like it's the secondary color that we should be. I can imagine a world where we go red-white or red-blue. But red-black doesn't necessarily feel like it's in the cards here. All right, pack 1, pick 7 gives us a relatively weak pack. Ash has some upside here. No Grixis, no cards in the Grixis colors here, really. There's a Hill Gigas, but I'm going to speculate. I think this is an okay pack to speculate on the Ash here in case somehow like a red-white artifact shell is potentially available here. So because that is a really late Magitech Infantry. We didn't see a whole lot of blue. We saw Syncopate and a Combat Tutorial. That's a pretty late Reno and Rude, but I actually think I've been pretty underwhelmed by this card in general. So I don't even think I want to take this card. Let's take the Magitech Infantry, because if we do shift over to red-white, the Infantry is exactly the type of card that we'd like. And we did see a pack, you know, the pack with the Crossroads Village, where we saw a white card here. So not entirely sure on this, but I feel like it does have a decent amount of upside here. But of course, now this is the pack that we thought might table. No, it's the next pack. But I'll just take a Tonberry here. Don't really love the Sandworm very much, but if I do end up in a more red-black aggressive shell, Tonberry can also be a totally fine option. All right, pack 1, pick 10. We did think we were going to table something. I think there was a Magitech Infantry in this pack. It does feel like blue-white is just not something that we should really consider here. So the card with the most upside here is an Ash, I guess. And we'll just continue moving forward. That is a late Zidane. So red-white could be in the cards here. It's a really, really weird draft. A tough one to navigate for sure. But given that Combat Tutorial is kind of the only blue card we saw and nothing really tabled, I feel like that's not where we should be looking to be. And we should either be looking at red-white or red-black as possible considerations here and kind of move in that direction. Granted, Prompto Argentum isn't like that great in red-white, but still. A super late Zidane is something. But certainly some of the good... tabling one of the Magitech Infantries would have been awesome. But it does feel like white was a little bit more open than the other colors. But we'll see where this goes. Alright, pack 2, pick 1. The best red card here is a Call the Mountain Chocobo. Green was definitely not available. Neither was black, really. So the person passing to me is like black, green, blue, like Sultai. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know. There's like an Ilmag Pixie if I wanted to go blue-red. There's the Crystals Chosen, but like a red-white deck with the Crystals Chosen seems a little bit odd. So now I really have to make a choice. Do I want to commit to going into red-white here? Or do I take by far the best card in the pack here in Side Quest Hunt the Mark and maybe try to go red-black just because I already have a Sephiroth's Intervention? I can also take Call the Mountain Chocobo, but that seems so weak. I'm going to take Side Quest here just because I haven't really figured out my second color. Black was certainly somewhat cut off there, but this is just such a better card than everything else in that pack. Like, I'm just going to take it and just see if that's where we can end up. Noting that red-white is more likely where we can possibly go. Pack 2, pick 2 gives us a second copy of Magitech Infantry or Clive Ifrit's Dominant. You know, honestly, if I knew for sure I was going to be white, I would take the Magitech Infantry. But I feel like red was the most open color, and I want to try this card. I haven't played with it before, so let's take the Clive. Especially if I do end up in red-black specifically. Like, it's a slower deck, and this is a nice late-game win condition for a red-black shell. Here, we'll take an easy Choco Comet. Demon Wall and Vayne's Treachery also in the pack, but Choco Comet is, of course, fantastic. And now we have a pack with very weak pack overall. There's the Final Days, I guess. I mean, I guess it's a fine card, and I'm not seeing any white cards here, and I don't really love Side Quest Play Blitzball. Alright, I guess I'll take this. I mean, it's a pretty weak pack overall. It's a 4-mana play. Both of these do trigger the Prompto Argentum. And here, yeah, we're not seeing any white in this pack. Some green cards here. There's a Light Up the Stage and a Zeldinct. There's also Call the Mountain Chocobo. I don't think Zeldinct is particularly strong in this type of deck. I'm going to take Call the Mountain Chocobo. I think it's just a better card. Alright, this is a Fatal Push. Okay, I will take that over the red-black land. There's a Blazing Bomb. I guess, alright, I guess we're just going to lock in this red-black deck here. I don't love it, but it's fine. I'll take a Robon. Oh, wait, is that better than Hectize? I have no equipment. You know, given that I have no equipment, I actually think, like, this is more of a red-black mid-rangey control deck, and I don't have any equipment. Like, if I had a few, I would consider it, but I do like Hectize a lot as just a nice little value creature, so let's take that. Ooh, Circle of Power is amazing. Fire Magic kills a lot of my stuff, too, but Circle of Power can be really nice if I can pick up some other ways to make wizards, like Cornered by Black Mages, etc. Okay, well, we're making something out of this. think a poo-poo UFO if I absolutely need a 2-drop, although not something that I love playing in this type of deck. Ahriman is a fine 3-drop. But yeah, I mean, at least this is some semblance of a deck. That's a really late Paladin's Arms, but feels like it's a little bit late for that. Could use more stuff at the cheap end of the mana curve here. I don't think I'm ever going to play double Hill Gigas. Is Light Up the Stage playable? I haven't really played with this card very much. If my curve is high, probably not. It is a card draw effect, so maybe I'll still play it here. All right, but red-black is kind of where we are leaning here. Resentful Revelation seems perfect in this type of deck. It's a deck that's got a bunch of removal and looking to go to the late game. There's a little bit of self-mill as well. I do think I like it more than Reno and Rude in this deck. All right, pack 3, pick 2. Oof, that's a Saz's Chocobo. That's a great card, but I am going to take Captain Lannery Storm or Vaughn, Aspiring Sky Pirate. Terra is also a really cool card, but certainly not something for us. This ramps us. It's a decent beater. Vaughn is an excellent card for this deck. So it's a nice little 3-drop. Another Choco Comet. So red, certainly open. So very, very happy about that. There's a Counterspell and a Furion and a Marlboro. But let's go ahead and take Choco Comet. This is the actual Vaughn. But Captain Lannery Storm is way better. I can actually use some good creatures. Samurai's Katana is fantastic. I do think I will take that over the Resentful Revelation here. This card is just awesome, hits super hard. I mean, I love Resentful Revelation, but we need good cards for our curve, and the Katana is basically just perfect. Could use some more 2s. The Dire Rat would be a fine 2-mana card to play. They're all black. Hectize and the Undercity Dire Rat are kind of the 2-mana plays that I want. There's nothing in red at common that I think I like in the 2-mana slot. So I'll take another Hectize here. There is a Deadly Dispute, but I'm just looking for actual creatures to play on turn 2, so let's take the Hectize. It's a late White Mage's Staff and a late Lock Coal. But I will take Dark Knight's Greatsword. This is actually just really nice. I mean, it's also really good to move onto the Hectize, which is pretty nice. What's funny is we picked up 2 equipment for the Raban, but I still think Hectize in general is really the type of card that this deck wants, right? Like, you want creatures that eat their resources, a bunch of removal spells, Choco Comets, like, this is a really solid build. Like, I would love more corner by black mages and stuff like that, but I don't mind this configuration. Really late Town Greeter. So green-white, I guess, was perhaps where we needed to be. But that's not where we are. Here, there's a Marlboro and a Blazing Bomb. Normally, I don't like Blazing Bomb, but this could actually be a decent Blazing Bomb deck. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... like 7 ways to turn it on, and I'm just kind of in need of some cheap plays here, so let's take that. Certainly don't need Warrior Sword, could use another 2-drop, so I'll just take the Reno and Rude. Like I said before, I don't love the card, but these are just, things that I need for my mana curve. Yeah, I'll play the Ahriman too. I mean, something to sack the Hectize isn't terrible either. So yeah, I mean, we at least have like some semblance of a decent mana curve here. Light of Judgment is a card I'm not sure I want to play. I already have like 7 removal spells, and it's certainly one of the weaker ones, but it is a removal spell still. Our creature count is not very high, and we don't have a lot of self-mill, so I can also imagine not playing the final days. It's a nice way to turn on Blazing Bomb and the Prompto Argentum, and just to add more creatures, but what are we on right now? 9 creatures, but we also have 2 equipment, so that's 11, and then these 3 Chocobo cards, so that's 14, and the Circle of Power makes a wizard, I guess. So, but like mostly 14 creatures, which is pretty good for a more control-oriented red-black deck. Don't really think I'm ever playing Gold Saucer. I guess I'll take Vaughn, but Scouts, Pirates, Rogues. 1 Pirate and 2 Scouts. I don't think I'm playing it. All right, just gotta cut one of the cards on the right. I think outside of that, everything else looks okay. Yeah, I guess I'll put that. Okay, we'll put these in too. All right, sure. Well, at least red was super open. Actually, no, that doesn't work because... All right, I'm not going to consider Circle of Power as a creature. Okay. Those are all of our removal spells. Wow. 1, 2, 3. Promise Fulfilled, I'm not sure I'm going to play. These are the cards I'm for sure playing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we need to cut 4 cards. And the 4 cards on the right are like my maybe card. 5 cards on my right are my maybe cards. Let's see. The rest of the creatures I'm actually okay with. Oh, Light of Judgment too. That's also a maybe card. So you need to play 2 of the cards here on the right. I don't really think I need Hill Gigas, so I can cut that. We can cut the... We don't have enough equipment for the item shopkeep. I generally am not a believer in the Laughing Mad. I think it costs too much mana to get that type of effect. I think Promise Fulfilled is probably a better value card. So now we're down to Light Up the Stage, Final Days, and Light of Judgment. I think my removal suite is pretty good and my curve's pretty high. So let's cut a the equipment removal spell. I'll play the Final Days just as a way to make just 2 tokens. I know they come into play tapped, but it still just makes 2 tokens for 4 mana. And let's just try Light Up the Stage, noting that I should probably wait until a little bit later on to fire this off, like instead of just firing it off early. But let's try this, and a pretty even split of mana with a Crossroads Village. All right. A little bit of Rakdos mid-range. Let's see how this goes. All right, now before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Access to the Patreon gives you access to my Discord channel, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game and join an awesome community of folks also looking to up their limited game. Lots of great stuff. Check it out. All right, on the play here, turn 2 Hectize into... Oh, we even have... No, we don't have Fatal Push. That's a Vaughn. Turn 2 Hectize into Vaughn is very nice. Their hand must be loaded. Look at them. Wait, they discarded a Hectize? Wow. Okay, Town Greeter. Sure. Wow, we have could use some action here off the top now. Wait, they didn't block the Hectize? What is happening here? Oh, so they can trade with the Vaughn. Got it. Got it. Removal spell? Ooh. That is certainly useful. Wow, that's a lot of good stuff. I guess I just take Fatal Push? That just lets me get in for a lot of damage, right? Okay. Let's maximize our damage here. Alright, well, they just took 8 damage. So, that's pretty good, I'm gonna say. Vanille, okay. Sure. Zodiark, really? In your black-green deck? Okay. I mean, X-Death is a pretty good one. Sephiroth's Intervention. Are they dead? 4, 5, 6... Not quite. I think I'm just going to play Call the Mountain Chocobo here and trade the Vaughn off. Put them to 5 and then Intervention the next thing they play. They can also block the Hectize, I guess. Oh. Sure. Okay. Our opponent is a person who likes the absolute maximum amount of value to their detriment. Oh, man. All right. Okay, X-Death, sure. I think they're just dead. Yeah. More like X-Dead. All right. That was an absolutely absurd hand. That, like, it really got there with the revelation. But man, Captain Lannery Storm was an absolute beating in that game. Okay. We have skyrocketed up to rank number 620. Let us keep cracking away at the rankings here. All right, we are on the play, and I'm going to keep a 2-lander. Like, obviously, more lands here would be nice, but, you know, 17 lands with the Resentful Revelation and they light up the stage. We have a turn 2 Hectize, turn 3 Dark Knight's Greatsword if we draw a 3rd land. And then, obviously, if we draw a 4th land, then our hand is just totally set here because we have Circle of Power and Sephiroth's Intervention and the Final Days to some degree. But yeah, just like 2 lands off the top would just be ideal. Wow, we drew a land immediately. So maybe today's going to be a good day. Maybe. Crossroads Village for blue, turn 1 from my opponent. I'm playing a turn 2 Hectize. What are they going to toss away here? Now, I have a turn 3 Dark Knight's Greatsword. Is it worthwhile to pay 3 life to deal 3 damage? Guess it depends on what their second color is and what they play on turn 2. But like when I'm on the play, I'm much more inclined to just move the Dark Knight's Greatsword. So they discarded a Black Mage's Rod. And they could have played a 2-drop, so interesting. And with 2 mana up, I'm not going to move anything. I am simply just going to attack. They're going to take it, and if they have a Syncopate here for the Dark Knight's Greatsword, so be it. Because they could easily just have like a Dreams of Laguna or something, or Avenged Treachery. But given that they discarded Black Mage's Rod, I guess Black Mage's Rod doesn't line up too well with the Hectize. They have to have Dreams of Laguna or a removal spell here, though. Could also have Ice Magic for the Greatsword. Land number 4 would be huge next turn. We have 3 4-drops in our hand, and I would love to be able to play any one of these. All right, that is Avenged Treachery on the Dark Knight's Greatsword, so next turn we can move that over onto the Hectize. Turn 3, oh, we did miss on the land here, so we are once again putting Sadness on the stack here. We recall the Mountain Chocobo, which also finds us a land, so this is, you know, like, missing a land drop there could that easily be the difference between, like, a win or a loss. All right, our opponent just played one of the best rares in the set in Genova, so land off the top would be wonderful here. Come on, deck. I'm gonna just, like, I'm just gonna throw away my creature here so I can Fatal Push to Genova. Alright, our hand is just awesome. I just need a land. Queena, okay? Thunder Magic. Oh, God, this is so frustrating. I guess I'll move this over. I don't know if they want to take 5 damage, so maybe they block. But if they have a way to make tokens, maybe they won't. If they don't block, they have a way to make tokens. Yeah, I mean, this is just an awkward game because, like, when they get to the point where they just start dropping their 6-drops, like, it's unclear that we're going to have the tools to fight through all of that. But we'll see. Maybe they're flooded. Who knows? Okay, it's just a town greeter. That is an excellent sign. Because I just feel like... Oh, Blitzball shot. Okay. I just feel like if they had something bigger to play, they likely would have. Alright, we're just going to fire off Thunder Magic here. Grand Pulse Ochu is problematic, potentially. Come on, deck! I drew a 4-drop and a 6-drop here? Please! I beg of you. One land is all I ask for. My opponent has, like, nothing. They just have removal. Yeah, just all town greeters. Ugh. Oh, they hit a Final Days. That is not good. They have a Final Days for 5 next turn. Alright, we didn't find a land, but we did find a Vaughn. And they can block to make an extra token here. Oh, they didn't? Okay. I don't even know how I'm supposed to deal with that. Really big hit off of the town greeter. Oh, Cloud of Darkness too? Okay, well. I mean, they have a really great Golgari base. I mean, but the issue here, like I said before, is just not being able to play that land. Is there a way for me to exile this card out of their graveyard? That would be so big. Three creatures in the yard? What can you possibly be considering here? What 2-mana play do you think they would be considering there? I'm actually just trying to, like, figure out what it is they could have. Oh man, this is so rough. I mean, they're just gonna make a million tokens, and there's, like, not too much I can do. I think I need to... This hits me for a lot, too. I think I need to play this. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Because that gives me 2 tokens to block with on the following turn. But, like, I'm pretty dead here. Like, I'm taking 5. This is just too many... Like, yeah. Normally Town Greeter is just okay, but, like, hitting... Like, this is the reason why you did a Golgari thing. Like, hitting Final Days is just absurd here. Alright, let's do that, I guess. Choco Comet the Cloud of Darkness for 3. Make a bunch of blockers. We are not dead yet. Very close to it, though. Depending on how they attack. If they have a removal spell, we're also dead. Oh, another Final Days? Okay. Do I have a sweeper? Oh my gosh. They're about to make... I mean, they should attack with everything right now. But they're about to make, like, 6 tokens. Man, I wish I had that fire magic. I mean, I'm at 2 life and there's 6 more tokens. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, this is the Golgari deck doing its thing, you know what I mean? Like, my deck is really good at, like, you know, 1-for-1 spot removal, getting incremental advantages. But if you can find a way to put lots of tokens in play, like the Crystal's Chosen or Final Days, then I will definitely struggle. So, like, Golgari is probably just a very, very rough matchup for me in general. Alright, let's keep this hand. I'm going to play turn 1 Tonberry into turn 2 Prompto Argentum. It's a nice little aggressive start. Then turn 3 I can play a Resentful Revelation here. Choose red here for probably for the Crossroads Village in our hand. Yeah, very good aggressive hand here from us. We can even play a suplex here if they play something small. Although if they play something small, like... it's going to be tough for them to even block us. Wow, there's an Arden in the graveyard. Okay. Arden in the graveyard. So now it's like, I hope they don't cast Evil Reawakened. If they do, we just lose the game. So there's a lot of like insane combos and in things that that a lot of the decks are capable of in this format. And yeah, I mean, certainly that's one of them. Let's take the Thunder Magic here. Play this for red. And we can Choco Comet for 2. We have a Suplex and a Thunder Magic. Now, I did find Thunder Magic, so, I mean, if I can afford it... They must have a lot of lands here. If I can afford it, I can keep this up for the Arden if they... Oh, no, it doesn't work on the Arden. Never mind. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just trying to put maximum pressure here on the opponent. I gotta take a look here. Does the token... It's a 5/5? Ugh. Yuck. This is 7 mana? Okay. Well, I really hope they don't play a Xenos. There's a lot of cards that beat us. Xenos, Evil Reawakened would also be very, very good. But there's nothing I can do about it, so... Like, Evil Reawakened puts 2+1/+1 counters on Arden. Based on what's going on here, I feel like an Evil Reawakened's happening. So let's see, what happens? I go to 9. They get Fat Chocobo in play and hit me? Oh, wow. I guess I was just thinking worst case scenario, but they didn't have anything. Oof, okay. You know, just the way that we've been losing a lot of games, I just... Almost to the point where I'm just like, they probably have something. Maybe that's not the right approach, though. Alrighty. No 2-drops here, but... We do have several good 3s. Captain Lannery Storm. Oh, Captain Lannery Storm with side quest Hunt the Mark is really exciting, too. If we can pull that off. Two-drop. Okay, no 2-drop, but it is a removal spell for a 2-drop, so if they play like a White Mage's Staff, ooh, Esper Origins, that's a really good one. Okay. Well, let's play Vaughn here and get the treasures rolling. Sarah Farron. Okay. Land. Ooh. I mean, I kind of want to get side quest Hunt the Mark going. Is that crazy? I could also Choco Comet this for 2. But just getting treasures going off of this seems really good. It pumps my Vaughn as well. Just getting this, turning this into a 5/6 early also seems really strong, right? So let's do that. This gets a counter. I have 6 mana available to me now. Esper Origins, sure. Yeah, I mean, flipping this seems really good. Zeldinkt, okay. I can't Choco Comet this for 4, so I think just casting Thunder Magic here is pretty good. I'm not going to use the treasure just yet. I killed it. Wait, how does this work? Oh! I don't think that works the way that I want it to. Yeah. I don't think that works the way that I want it to. Yeah. It could, because it exiles. Yeah, that was not good. Alright, well, I'm gonna save my treasures here. Like, I mean, that's still probably a fine play, but it's definitely not as exciting as I was hoping for. Because they have a handful of cards here, and we're not really putting on that much pressure. Yeah, I forgot about the finality counter on this. Okay, Zeldinkt. Land. Gubu Gardener, okay. Land, sure. Alright, so that I'm gonna Choco Comet that for 3. Attack. Gonna save all my treasures for now. I can play a Hectize here, but I don't think I'm going to. Alright, there we go. Now we have a 5-6 and a 2-2 and a Chocobo. So we have a really, really good squad here. Let's see what they're working with. Gladiolus Amicitia. So that is a 6-6. And we basically used all of our removal here. The Gubu Gardener can't attack. But the nice thing here is I can play Dark Knight's Greatsword. I can also just look for a removal spell with Resentful Revelation. Maybe I should do that. Prompto Argentum and 2 lands. Kind of just want the land, honestly. Okay. Let's move that here. So if I play this, I can still sack 2 treasures and give this regeneration, or make it indestructible. Alright, way too much damage. My opponent must have been out of action. Man, Captain Lannery Storm has been an absolute powerhouse. Like, all those treasures has been incredible. Our removal also has been great. 3 and 1. 3 and 1. Alright, we are on the play here, and it's a 2-lander, but I'm gonna keep it. We have several 2-drops, the Dark Knight's Greatsword, Sephiroth's Intervention, and the Final Days. Again, 17 lands, gonna keep, especially because I have Swamp and Mountain. If this hand had like double Mountain, I'd probably ship it back. But with Swamp and Mountain and like plenty of other 2-mana things I can play, I feel like I just keep this, and if I don't draw a land in the next 2, like either it's 1 of 15 lands, Resentful Revelation, or Light Up the Stage. Those are all good options. That's a Syncopate that we hit. I'm going to play Dark Knight's Great. Not moving it over. Like, I'm happy trading my Dark Knight's Greatsword with the Sahagin, if that's an option. Hopefully we can find a land here. Shantoto! Okay. Well, well, well. That is unfortunate. And we couldn't find a land. I really wanted a land here to, like, cast Intervention on Shantoto. I'm going to actually move, because I'm going to move this here. Because if I hit a land, I can sack something to cast Sephiroth's Intervention. Okay, what do I want to sacrifice? I'm at 17. Probably the token. Okay. Let's kill you. Okay. Sahagin from the opponents and Ice Magic on Reno and Root. Wow, they couldn't Blizzaga it. Okay, what do we want to do now? I think I just want to suplex one of these while I still can. And then let's play a Reno and Root here again and pass. Just make good use of my mana. Like, I could have played Blazing Bomb to kill Sahagin, but this is still okay. 2 cards in hand for the opponent. Dreams of Laguna is the play. Bin the land. 2 cards in hand. They can flash us back later. No attacks. Okay. So now what do I want to do? I think I just want to play Circle of Power. They did have a Syncopate here. Alright, well let's move this over. Attack. That's Aquistus that got exiled. Let's name Black on Crossroads Village. And I mean, we do have a 5/1 menace creature, right? Like, that certainly hits very hard. So hopefully that gets it done. Red Mage's Rapier. They're going to have to double block 4 toughness, 1 toughness. Okay. I am okay with that. So why don't we... You know what? I'm going to lead with Blazing Bomb here in case they don't block. And maybe I want to sack the Blazing Bomb. We'll see. So this is a double block, but it still will trade with Reno and Rude, because they're at 8 life. Call the Mountain Chocobo in the graveyard. Okay, I am super happy with that. Let's play Final Days. Lots of things. Blazing Bomb triggers as well. Boom, land. Don't need to equip until the last minute. And this is a good spot to be in. Next turn we can play Clive, and actually that's going to be great because I have a red creature here too. Land would be good. Prompto Argentum. Alright, let's play it. Boom, draw 3 cards. It was a whole lot of nothing, but I'm still okay with this. Kill that. Play a land. Equip. Attack for 7. Alright, my opponent's at 1 life, and I have 3 creatures in play. Very good spot here, unless they play like Summon Leviathan or something. If they kill this, I don't mind. Yeah, they bounced it, sure. But like, they also need Fire Magic here, I think. Good game. Okay. Think we did a really, really solid job there of sequencing our spells. And moving the Greatsword over to the Reno to discourage a double block, to give myself a chance to find a land to kill a Shantoto for my Sephiroth's Intervention. I think that was a pretty key play in that game. I think that was a very key play there. Alright, 4-1. Alright, opponent on the play here. Okay, it's a hand with a bunch of removal spells. I suppose I'll keep. I have Fatal Push, Blazing Bomb, and Suplex. And we drew Resentful Revelation, so... This deck's playing out very, very beautifully. Like, obviously it's missing, like, the corner by Black Mages. Like, that would be a really good card in this deck. Like, the whole Mage sub-theme, but I just didn't see any, so... It is what it is. Just playing random pieces of cardboard right now. So they're black-white. 3-drop. What you got? Rufus. Okay. They're probably like, what can they have? They're probably just going to take it, honestly. The issue here is I can't really kill this very well. I can 2-for-1 myself. Okay. What else can I find? I gotta just kill the Rufus. I mean, it doesn't feel good at all. But I think I have to. Magitech armor. Jesus. Okay. Guess we'll just play Final Days. That's a good one. We do have side quest Hunt the Mark. I also have Suplex to kill the Magitech armor, but like everything they play is just like a 2-for-1 on a stick, which is really not ideal here for us. Like this is, I bet you it comes into play and does something. Oh wow, it did not. A surprise indeed. A surprise indeed. But they played Zach Fair with 3 mana up. I'm gonna do this to try to cast Light Up the Stage and try to hit some lands. Like Mountain would be great. What about like nothing? What are your thoughts on hitting nothing that I can cast? Oh man, that is savage. Okay, well, that's not actually true. If I draw a land next turn, everything will be fine. If I don't draw a land, I will be very, very sad. I mean, this is obviously the risk with playing a card like Light Up the Stage. Come on, just give me a mountain, please. Like, I know I kept the side quest here, but just give me a mountain. Goodness, okay. I mean... I don't even know. Like, I don't even... my mana situation is just so extremely awkward here. So I still gained the 2 life here. So there's that at least. I mean, my hand is fantastic. I need to be able to not die, I guess. Oh, okay. Our opponent also saw the line here of giving the Magitech armor flying. A most frustrating game indeed. Oh, wow, that actually has 2 targets. All right. Yeah. I mean, they have a good deck. They absolutely have a good deck. I just don't know what to do here. Like, they give something flying, call the Mountain Chocobo, I can't kill this. This gives one thing flying. They give this flying and I die, right? Or they can give this flying. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the games, like, look at my hand. It's just completely loaded. And we hit the 2 removal spells. Like, all I was really looking for there was hopefully a red source off of Light Up the Stage. But, yeah, we were just unable to find it. Oh, well. That one's a, like, really unsatisfying loss. But it's okay. 4-2. Let's keep it going. All right, on the play. Hey, I have 3 lands this time. Okay. We got a real game here in front of us, folks. Turn 2 Hectize, turn 3 Katana, probably. Playing against a white deck, so... Probably some kind of aggressive deck as well. Usually the white decks... Oh, wow, our opponent's rank 9. Fair enough. I'm actually just going to play the Dark Knight's Greatsword here. Wow, no attacks? Okay. What can they have? Well, I'm just going to go for an aggressive attack here. Blocking, okay. Oh, the... Sure. Yep. Okay. Let's move this here. Let's play Tonberry. This thing is like way better than it seems. It gains you so much life. Okay. I mean, I certainly don't want it to gain life, right? So... Okay, I mean, like, is this like some kind of weird mono-white control deck? Maybe. Magitech Infantry is an excellent card to get. Okay, blue-white deck from the opponent. Are they really complaining about lands here? I mean, like... Oh, I guess because they drew their island here? Sure. Whatever. Happy to trade. All right, side quest hunt the mark as well. They have 3 cards available. I mean, let's just move this here and go for the gusto here, I suppose. Wow. Let's play Call the Mountain Choke. Like, I want to save side quest hunt the mark here. Or something better. But I can keep the land in my hand for landfall, I think. Alright, so they're going to get a Magitech Infantry. They have a parrot in play. Tonberry still attacks very hard. They're at 13, I'm at 14. Curious how many Magitech Infantries they have. They're ranked 9, so they probably have 4. We'll set the line at 4 here, friends, on Magitech Infantries. This attack means they have something, so I'm just going to block. Just keep my life total high. They probably didn't expect that either. Keeping a blue up for a white aura site here on, looks like the Tonberry, okay. Sage's Noliths, okay. I can suplex the white aura site and get my creature back. I can also just go side quest here. Just to try to, like, maximize my damage. But, like, I kind of want to have another creature in play too, right? They have 2 cards in hand. I mean, blocking doesn't do anything, so... I'm at 9. I should be okay here. This way, if they kill this creature, I can move everything over to the bird. Right? If I move everything over to the bird, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage with trample. So, like even if they kill this, they have to be mindful of the bird, right? So now the question is, if they like attack with both of the creatures, like then what do I do, right? I kind of want to keep my life total high still. So it's just like, it's kind of dicey. I think I'm still going to block. All right, they had a "You're Not Alone." Fair enough. Okay, what else do you have? Okay, all right, so they are a little bit flooded. All right. If I kill the white aura site, I get a Tonberry back, but I can't even attack with it. Right? They have one card. I need to do it now though if I want to do it. Yeah. Because then it loses the stun counter. All right, well I have a 6/3 Trampler. Sid attacks for 3. Okay. Oh, Prompto Argentum? They're at 1 life. They have to block both. Well, they have to block this with Sid, don't they? Well, no, they have to double block this, actually. They have 1 card. Because this thing has Trample. Whew! Close game. Always stressful when you play against somebody in the top 10, right? Because you just assume that they can have anything. But there we go. We got there. Whew. Okay, 5 wins. That was a really good draw that we had. Let's get 2 more good, solid draws. All right. Great hand here. 2 mountains, a swamp, blazing bomb, thunder magic, resentful revelation, and side quest hunt the mark. So lots of answers. Ooh. We even have a 1 mana and 2 mana play here in blazing bomb into Reno and Rude. Let's see what their 2-drop is. Black-white. That's what we lost to last time. Stiltskin, Moogle Merchant. What do you do? It's just a 1 mana 1/2 lifelinker, right? Alright, so let's play Reno and Rude. The reason why I'm doing this is just like to be more mana efficient. If I really wanted to kill this, I can use the Thunder Magic and cast the Resentful Revelation. Paladin Arms. Okay, I'll trade this with the Paladin Arms. That's fine. Okay. Let's play a Dark Knight's Greatsword. I just feel like they're just not going to have the opportunity to use the Stiltskin like that effectively. Like, what are they going to do? Give me a land right now? Give me a Paladin's Arms? Like, those are all just okay for me. And they have to take the turn off to do so. Like, I'm almost just largely going to ignore this, I think. Oh, they could move it onto Stiltskin, right? What is this? Adeline? Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, that is certainly a thing. Okay, well, that's a very good Magic card. And let's attack. I can even kill something big with the Blazing Bomb and Dark Knight's Greatsword, although it's painful. What are these? What are all these gold cards? What is this? What is happening here? What is this? A 3-drop? Alright, let's cast Resentful Revelation, I guess? Let's put a Swamp in our hand, I guess? What does this do? At the beginning of each of your post-combat main phases, you may pay... Okay. Oh my gosh. They just got Adeline and... Okay, you know what? I mean, what... Okay. There's not much I can do here. So I'm gonna have to block now. I'm gonna block Stiltskin. Whatever. I'm gonna block a token, and then use Fatal Push to kill Adeline. And then we'll use... Gosh. It's just such a bad use of my mana if I don't use this. Even though they have Cecil Harvey here. Or Cecil. Alright, well... You know what card our deck is very, very bad against? ETB rares. That... Multiple ETB rares that get brought back with Fight On. Like, my deck has a lot of removal, and I do think it's a good deck. But, like, Tymna... Tymna's actually a really good card. I have just, like... What is the win rate on this card? Not enough data. Alright, it's around Sephiroth's Intervention, so it is very good. Alright, well, let's find a removal spell, I guess. Okay. Yeah, good beats. Good beats. I mean, maybe I'm supposed to just let this, like, maybe I'm supposed to not play something the turn before? I don't know. Kill the weapon vendor. The thing is, I think they've just gotten far too much value off of the Cecil here and all the other cards. Yeah, I mean, this is just an excellent black-white value deck. So, shout out to our opponent for just, like, playing basically every good black-white card that enters the battlefield and has some kind of effect on the board. That type of matchup is very, very tough for me. All right, we're dead. Okay, well, you know what? The slump continues. This black-red deck did feel quite strong. I feel like we should have lost... Like, we could have easily won one of the games that we lost, and then in this instance, our opponent just had a good draw with good value, and we were not able to fight through everything. And I mean, like, this is just like... This is almost like an old-school deck where it's literally just like a reasonable curve, some card draw, and tons of removal, right? 1, 2, double Choco Comet, Sephiroth's Intervention, Suplex, Thunder Magic, you know, Fatal Push, maybe not a ton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 removal. No, side quests on the mark. So 7 removal spells. Good ways to end the game. Good ways to grind 1 for 1. But like that opponent, this last opponent, like their draws were really hard to match up with. Adeline is incredible. And then, yeah, we just had some other losses. But I think all in all, like whenever you draft a deck like this, where I don't have absurd rares, like getting 5 wins is always something that you should be happy about. Now, for me, it's frustrating because all I want are trophies and I'm trophy hunting here, but I should not be upset about this result. Sometimes you're going to lose to bombs. Sometimes you're going to lose to your own deck. That completely happens. And all in all, I think we just ended up with a really solid deck. Now, I will say the second color this time around was kind of tricky to figure out, but all of our black cards were totally fine. Red was clearly the color to be. And there is a chance, remember, we did some speculation on red-white as well. But pack 2, it's not like the white cards were flowing and we got a bunch of the black stuff. And given that, you know, we didn't have as many of the good red cards to choose from, it's just like we opened Side Quest Hunt the Mark, one of the best uncommons in the set. And then we just kind of chose this as a direction. Like I said, sometimes it's just not super smooth. Actually, a lot of times it's not super smooth. But here, all in all, I think we had a solid deck, 5-3 finish. Totally happy with that. Would have liked a trophy, but I guess we're going to have to wait another day. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That is patreon.com/paulcheon. Also go to TCGplayer.com for all your Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product needs. If you need if you need Magic the Gathering sealed product, Final Fantasy booster boxes, or you wanted cards for your constructed decks, or just for your collection, check out TCGplayer.com. Make sure you hit that affiliate link in the description below. Last but not least, check out heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, go to heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.